Hey, what's up guys? This is TBone here. Welcome back to another episode of playing Gemstone Legends. I'm actually doing a live stream right now, although I planned for this to be a short one. What I wanted to do is I wanted to showcase some teams that you can use for the Emeraldite Rift. And the heroes I'm going to be showcasing today are all going to be rare heroes. I've heard a lot of feedback, a lot of questions from a lot of people who are just starting out. And they feel like they don't really know what cards they could use, what are useful, how they build it. And so I thought that what I would do is I would sort of showcase a team or a couple of options actually for teams that you can use and see how we can do against level 10 or battle 10 in the Emeraldite Rift. So to do well in this Rift, the first thing you need to understand is the boss skill. So you need to know what you're up against and what you're dealing with, and then you can plan accordingly. So Emeraldite has a couple of things you need to deal with. The first one is she will deal damage to all enemies. That's her active attack, right? And it will also burn away your mana. So if you are charged up and she hits you, you're going to end up losing all of them. So that's one thing to watch out for. But the main thing that I think is going to be most difficult about Emeraldite is the fact that the boss starts with immunity, or not immunity, basically invincible. So you can't actually kill her, so you need to take it away. And so you need something that will take away like curse or ability to remove positive status. And also you have the totems that are going to be doing things like taunts and everything, just making it hard for you to hit the boss. And so I have here a setup that does work against battle 10. These are all 4 stars, so I would recommend that if you're going with like a rare sort of 3-star, like like the rare cards that start at 3 stars, definitely look for getting them to at least 4 stars. Try to get them to level 40, and then that way you're going to be able to deal more. You're going to be able to do better. So we'll talk about the cards. We'll play through them, and then I can show you how I also built them. So we have Balder. Balder is there to remove positive status. That's really what he's there for. He happens to deal some damage, but really he's here to remove the positive status, like invincible or taunt and all of those things, whatever needs to happen. Santos is a really good healer, and he grants increased attack. And increased attack is going to be really good if you're going to be bringing in damage dealers that use attack as their primary skill. So that is going to be a really good synergy there. And we got Ghost Lightning. How's it going? Welcome to the stream here. I'm planning on doing a short stream for some beginners who are who hopefully can be can take advantage of the rare cards I'm showing here for the Emeraldite Rift. Hope you guys are doing well. I know that you guys are doing really well against Rift. You're in the by the way, Rockhauer's in this together guild, and they're one of the top people, and Rockhauer's like at the top of the food chain in the arena as well. So check them out. They're good guild to be part of, and also lots of knowledge to be shared there. Anyways, Orgak here, I sort of overlooked him for a while, but he's actually pretty decent when it comes to dealing with mobs. So his skill deals damage to all enemies, and his attack is actually not that impressive. Like it's when I took a look at his space attack, it's actually not that high compared to some of the other attackers. But if you take a look at sort of like what you can get out of him, is that you can also inflict decreased defense, and you can you can also inflict stun. But you kind of need to get his skill leveled up really to take advantage of it, because it starts at 30%, so it's kind of low. But it can go up to 60%, which is much better. And he does recover his health, so he's actually pretty tanky for an attacker. And then Ketra, for obvious reasons. Ketra, I will say, always is the one card I think you should definitely look to build up, because she can stand up on her own. She boosts herself, and she's just a really good damage dealer overall. Survives a lot of hits, just really good. Vikar is going to be my second backup for a card that's going to remove the positive status, so he deals stun. Okay, so he inflicts not stun, curse. He inflicts curse. He also happens to deal a little bit of damage, and so what you want to do though with him is you want to increase his accuracy. You want to make sure his curse lands and his attack increases when you have more accuracy. So let's go and do a quick attack here. So Also, take a look at the placement of my cards here. So I have my I have a Baldur on the far left here, so that if he needs to, he could he could do what he needs to for getting rid of the positive stats. But I wanted to make sure I put Santos on the left side, because not only is he healing, he's also increasing damage attack for all of my damage dealers. And so you can see here, Santos is going to activate his skill, and then he's going to boost Orgak, who deals damage based on attack. So you can see here, so right now you can see Orgak's attack is boosted to 2,100, and Vikar's attack has now been boosted to 2,900. So it's because of Santos' skill. Santos also heals, right? So if they're getting damaged, they're getting healed, and then but mostly what you're getting is you're getting the benefit of having that attack boost. So Don, it is really late, but I don't plan on doing a stream for a very long time tonight. Actually, my voice isn't quite there. I just wanted to do a video on how to use the rare cards for the Rift and provide some options. I thought about doing a video, but I thought it might be fun to just do a stream format in case some people join in, and we do. And Ghost Lightning, hard to find good attack all enemy heroes from red rares. Yeah, so there really isn't a whole lot, and that's why, like, to clear the mob, I thought we could give Orgak a try. So you can see here, the boss does start out with Invincible, and so we have Baldur activated right now. He's ready to go, so he's gonna go ahead and get rid of that. All right, so now it frees up the team if we can get the right match going to then take out the boss as soon as we can, right? So we have Ketra that's going to be able to deal a bunch of good damage, and then we're going to get attack boost from Santos, and then Vikar just goes ahead and uses his skill. So we were actually able to take out the battle 10. This was 2 minutes. Okay, so but keep in mind that we're using all rare cards. They're not fully leveled up, they're not max skilled, they're not max level at 4 stars, and this is a level 10. I would say if you're kind of starting out and you're just building up your team, this is a reasonable and a achievable team, I think. And so this is what I would say. Of course, if you have better epic cards, go ahead and use them. But if you're just starting out, you're looking for ideas, then this is what I would go with. And Neil, can you play using WeChat in this game? Can I pay using WeChat? I don't know about that. I'm not sure what that is. Yes, Don. So this is going to be a relatively short stream. I'm just going to show the cards, the ones I've leveled up, and then we're going to I'm going to end it not too long after this. Okay, so a couple of the cards that you can also put in here. So another one that I leveled up just to test out is Josefa. So Josefa is also another card that casts curse, but on top of that she also casts decreased attack, decreased speed. So overall really can sort of help reduce the amount of damage that a boss deals, and mostly though it's for the curse. And so for her, I put in mana gain to get her to 25, and then accuracy is important for this type of support hero, and so you do need to make sure that you put in accuracy in there. She's not going to deal any damage whatsoever, so make sure you boost up her health. It's going to be her health, her accuracy. I happen to get a little bit of good speed on her, but mostly you want to make sure that she can survive and she has good accuracy. I put both. I also have bot in here, but he's not currently you can see he's not geared properly just yet. I haven't actually spent that time to gear him. But Bodden is also a good option because he also gives you increased speed and also increased attack. So kind of like what Santos does, but Santos heals, whereas Bodden will give you attack, but he doesn't actually do damage with his special skill. So he's just a support hero there. So I think Josefa was one that I was going to show, and then the other one that I had leveled up to show you guys. Where did they go? I think that was the option. It was going to be Yosefa is the other option. So also, if you don't want to use Balder, you can use Yosefa, for example. So we can go back and we can do this as well. So go back to 10, and then we'll switch this out. I actually had, it looks like Balder was the leader here, and this was actually not the right thing to do. Like, I think it would have been better to put either, I think Vikar would have been better. No, not Vikar. At least Orgak. Orgak would have at least, increased the speed of all your allies, right? So we're going to take out, we're going to take her out, and then we're going to put Yosefa in here. So Yosefa is going to do a similar thing, but the only difference now is we don't have the ability to straight up take out the positive status. We have to wait for the curse. And so having Yosefa and Vikar there, you can say it's a little bit redundant, but it's kind of nice just to have that option in case one of them goes first. So Neil, is this game free to play friendly? So it definitely is very free to play friendly. Because you just, as you can see here, these are the rare cards that are a lot easier to obtain. You will be able to get these scrolls just by playing the game, and then you'll be able to get these rare cards a lot easier. And as you get them, you can build them up. Any card that you get can go up to 6 stars. It takes time, but as a free-to-play player, that's sort of, that's what you have to do. You have to grind for it, and then you'll get there. So it's not like immediately you're going to be super successful. But what I like about this game is you can build up your team, you can get stronger. So I really enjoy this. So Gareth Walker, you started playing this and you're starting to get into it. I'm glad you're getting into it. That's good to hear. So let's see. So like, as with any game, it's really if you want to spend money, you're going to speed up. That's just sort of the nature of things. But what I would say here is the game doesn't force you to spend. So that's the difference, right? So there are games that force you to spend in order to feel like you're at least contributing or doing something. But in this particular game format, really it's you play to ability. And in my guild, we have quite a bit of free-to-play players that are doing really well. They're enjoying the game, they're having fun, and they don't feel pressured. I think that's the main thing. So it definitely is very free-to-play friendly for that. So it's early to ask because the game just came out and the tier list is pretty subjective. So the tier list is a little bit more subjective in this case because it is very situational based. But I think you can get a general tier list. Like there are heroes that are always going to be good, right, no matter what, and there are going to be heroes that are going to be just an afterthought for sure. We don't have one yet. I've been meaning to create something. So hopefully we'll have something out, in the future. So let's see how we're doing here. So we do have, you can see there, the problem right now is we have invincible, and so the boss doesn't die. But after this turn, what's going to happen is the boss will finally get rid of the invincible. And had I gone burn from the red dragon there, that would have been good. But here you go, we would actually be able to take out the boss with our very next attack because she's basically at 0 or 1 health, right? And so the difference between curse and ability to just straight up take out the positive status is that curse requires you to wait until the boss's turn is done. But then Balder's skill to take out immediately is one that actually is very beneficial. And by the way, just a quick plug here. A lot of the things that you have questions about, like, hey, what hero has like what skills, for example, what is the hero that can, that has curse? This is a question that gets asked a lot, like, what is a hero that does curse? What's the hero that, gives immunity? Or, what is the hero that will remove the positive stats? I actually created a bot I didn't create the bot. I have a bot in my Discord server that you can use to answer a lot of these questions here. I can't show it here, but if you join my Discord server, you'll see it in action. I have a channel dedicated to that. It's not fully completed yet, but a lot of people have been using it to a lot of success. So I think that you could give it a shot. If you ever had a question on like, hey, what is a negative status I can apply? It is all there right now. So everything's available. It's in a bot. You can ask the question. It'll answer for you. So hopefully that helps you along. So let's see. Wow. Hi, Shampoo. So Neil, so any link to my Discord? So the Discord is in the in the description of all my videos, so you can just click on the link and you can join my Discord easily. So okay, let's see. I have Gara. I've been wanting to play with her, but again, I haven't uploaded. I haven't done anything with her yet. So like, what you see here is a list of, you know, rare heroes that, you know, I just upgraded them today. I just decided to try them out, so I upgraded them today. And so it's not something that you can, like, you know, everybody can do like just in one day, because I have a lot more stamina, like actually in-game stamina that I use up a lot of it to level up. But you can set up a goal for yourself and you can get to this point where you can actually do pretty well. I think like in this particular setup, I think I preferred, I feel like I preferred Josefa here, because having Baldur in there actually kind of made it a little bit more difficult for the because like you added that one extra affinity, it made it a little bit slower to charge up everybody. Whereas, you know, with Josefa and with Santos being together, you could charge up a lot easier, and it just feels like it's a lot easier there. We'll try again. Let's try again with Santos, and we'll go back to Baldur, and we'll kind of compare the difference now and see how fast they go. So let's see. Gareth, if I ever play Legendary Game of Heroes, then I'll see Gemstone first. Yes, for those of us who did come from Legendary Game of Heroes, I hate to say this, but it is, you know, it was the game that I wanted to see do well so badly. But eventually, it just got to a point where it was too frustrating to do anything. Imagine this: I was in the game for 4 years, and I would feel from week to week, like, you know, depending on the cards I get, depending on my luck, I would feel extremely useless because I can't use my cards. What's nice here is I do have a lot of cards in my inventory, and I could choose to drop down and use just rare cards instead of any epic cards if I wanted to. And honestly, like, my main setup right now actually has these free to play cards. So Ketra is one of my main teams, Xena's another one that's on my main team, and, you know, like, could I be using better cards? For sure, right? Like, there's going to be a point where in order to compete at the highest level, I am going to be using all legendaries. But right now, I am very happy using the cards that I earned, I built up. I knew I liked Ketra since I saw her. I knew I liked Xena since I saw her. And so I used them, and I really enjoy it. And they will always be there. They will always be available. They'll always be, you know, valuable. And that's what I love about it. This game, so no, this game is more upgraded, more complex. So, you know, like the makers of the game, of this game, has experienced all of these different games. So like they know what Legendary Game of Heroes went through. They know what raid, you know, a raid went through. And so they sort of like this, they've heard feedback from, like, you know, what worked, what didn't work, and they're trying their best to create a game that will appeal to the masses. And if you sort of think about like the decisions that they're making, the things that they're working on right now, I would have to say, like, I'm still doing a wait and see right now, but what I can tell right now is they really are looking at the bigger picture. They're really looking at balance. They're really looking at, you know, providing some sort of a way for people to work towards end content. And so far, I'm enjoying what's going on. Let's see. DACDD, you stopped playing, you might check it out. I mean, do you mean you stopped playing like Legendary? Yeah, so check this out. And if you guys haven't downloaded the game yet, if you're interested, you wanted to check it out, also I would recommend that you take a look at the description in my link in my video. I have a link that you can use to download. You can also see right here, right? If you have a phone and you're watching on the PC, you can also use the QR code. Basically, what you do is you download the game, and after you download the game, you play through the tutorial. If you can do this within 3 hours, I have a special promo code here. You can see here, hashtag TBone hashtag. It's a special code that helps you out. By using it, you're going to get an epic hero right away. You're going to get gems, and you're going to get summoning scrolls. Altogether, that comes out to about like $50 worth of in-game purchase that you get for free. And so it's just a way to help you guys out. So highly recommend that you try that out. So let's see. No, this game really requires your neurons to trigger, unlike other match 3 puzzle. Yeah, like this game, even though I wasn't playing, like I was using I was using auto battle, it required me to really think about the synergy and like how the cards worked, and go from there. So it does require a lot more thinking, especially like the raid boss fights, arena fights. Everything takes a lot of thought, right? And the amount of conversation I've seen, Ghost Lightning, like I said, Ghost Lightning, he's the I'll show you. He is the guild leader for In This Together. So In This Together is the number 3 guild, and we've got Ghost Lightning here in the chat with us. And their guild is full right now, but like they have amazing knowledge, so great to have him in here. And I'm part of his alliance right now, and so I do talk to them quite often, hear a lot, and I learned a lot from them. And so I'm really glad that we have people here that are really willing to help out in the community. He's also in my Discord server, so you can also ask questions in there, and a lot of that does get funneled through. So he's helpful. He's there to help out. All right, so let's go and see if we can push it up a little bit, right? So like, look, I'm using just rare heroes right now. They're not even leveled up fully. I actually like this setup right now. This looks pretty good. So let's see, like at what point we kind of stop right here. But Yosefa again is for the curse, but also for decreased speed, decrease attack, just so that you get less damage. Santos, as it turns out, Santos will become a super useful hero for you late game. And so he's one of those rare heroes where I am going to pursue and eventually get him to 6 stars. It takes a while, right? It definitely takes a lot more effort to do that, but he is worth it. I've seen like what he can do, right, with the heal that he gets. And if you have primarily attack based heroes, and I'll explain this one more time, so you can see that Santos does increase attack, right? And then you have a hero like Orgak, whose special skill specifically says it is a percentage based on attack value. Like that's how much damage you will do. And so what you get now is you see his attack ran as a 14-11. And I guess it's not showing the bonus, but here you go. So you can see the Vicar shows that he has an increase that's attack by 50%. Well, his attack special skill is based on 192% of his attack value. And so by having a hero that gives you a 50% attack boost, you're also increasing the damage of everyone by a lot. And so you're definitely boosting them. Ketra, on the other hand, deals damage based on defense. But what's nice is Ketra boosts herself. She gives herself increased defense, and then she does the damage. And so you don't really need to do anything. Like increased attack doesn't actually help her, except for gem matches. But Ketra is just really standalone, and so she's a staple. I have her already at 6 stars. I have her also max starred, awakened. Super useful. And I'm not using my max awakened one. I'm using a second one I built up, a level 40 that I am done building up eventually to get another 6 star just to play. And thank you very much, Nil. One of the things that I really enjoy is helping people who are just starting out, just sort of learn how things work and how they can get better. And so I'm glad that you guys are enjoying this content here. Yes, and I think we still have a space available. So if feel free to join mine as well. My guild is you can look up ITT Lock Horizon. So I will I'll show you the guild here. And so right now you can see here is sort of like we ran into a problem, right? So I was auto battling and I wasn't paying attention, and now we're into this situation where we have a problem here where there is taunt on either side, right? So we have taunt on the left totem and taunt on the right totem, and so this is where a couple of things help out here. Number one, I have Ruby Dragon here to do burn damage. Okay, and so that will eventually take down their health. Santos right now isn't able to heal much because I keep losing my mana, right? So if I was able to keep up the burn damage and I was able to to keep the curse going on the other two, that would have been better. So this is a situation where I think we're going to end up losing the fight, mostly because I didn't take out the boss early enough, and then now I end up getting hit by getting hit by curse. This is where a epic hero, Chloe, is far superior here, because she casts she casts curse on all enemies, and so it's an AoE effect that you can apply to all of the enemies, and you can really take advantage of that. Or if I had a better AoE damage dealer like Finbor, I could also take out the totems, and then I don't have to worry about that. And so like there are a lot of different ways to play here, but what I'm trying to show here is, like, even though we couldn't do level 11, battle 11, we could drop down to do battle 10. If you take a look here, battle 11 and battle 10, we're using the same energy, right? And it is true, the higher you go, the higher chances you get a better dust. But honestly, sort of like just pick the right level for you for your cards, and you'll be able to you'll be able to build your way up to awakening your heroes. And so let's see, so I've already awakened my Vigo to 2 stars, although I do need more to get my 3 stars. The thing I haven't been farming enough of is the moon dust. And so I can get Vigo to 3 stars, so I can actually get him prepared for the next fight, which is going to be after reset tomorrow. And I haven't really actually looked into my other green heroes yet. And so let's take a look and see what we can do on the regular Rift now that we took a look at Emeraldite. So you saw the heroes I used there. The key is use Curse if you can. Baldur actually works really well because he can just outright take out the positive status, and so that's going to be helpful. For the Moon Forest, you need somebody that can do heal block. Okay, and I wish I could show you right now, but I'm using my bot right now, so let's take a look and say skill heal block. Actually, you know what I could do? Give me 1 second. Nah, it's gonna be too hard to work it out. But let's see. So heal block. Is it not working right now? Okay. Skill. There you go. Okay, so unfortunately there is no rare heroes that do heal block, so we only have epic heroes. Okay, so anyway, so let's go ahead and take a look and see what we can do. So I can actually showcase Esmeralda here. So I got Esmeralda, and one of the things that she does really well is, what's really good is that she boosts critical damage. And so if you have a card that a hero that can do, that can deal a lot of damage, they will just deal that much more. And so Finbor, for example, pairs up well with Esmeralda, something that I'm still experimenting, something I'm just trying out. But Finbor is a really good mob killer. And so there are rifts where you want to get rid of the totem, like the red one, for example. The red one, you want to get rid of the totem as quickly as possible. Finbor can really take out the mob easily, especially with the help of Esmeralda. Street Block, which is a legendary hero that you can eventually fuse on your own, just helps out a lot. And with this setup, I can actually do 10 really easily. I think this was built for like a 1920, and so they are so like this is, and you can see here in my setup I have 2 legendaries. One of them that I pulled from using gold scrolls. Streetblock, I did fusion on my own, so he was something I worked towards. And then Finbor was one of the very first epic heroes I ever pulled. And then you got Alton and Xena, which are also rare heroes. So there's a lot of value in using cards that aren't always the best. Like, you don't need to use the highest tier of the cards. In fact, I've seen a lot of people who are, who are very, very successful who either don't spend or they spend very, very, very little. And that's what I like about it. It's really about effort. It's really about building up an effort, looking at your team. And if it doesn't work, what I love here is if something doesn't work, like a difficulty has been adjusted, difficulty's gone up, and you needed to switch your hero, you need to get stronger, you can figure that out. You can sort of work on that, right? And so like right now, I don't expect to always be able to do the hardest setting because my heroes aren't quite there yet. So I know something that I can work toward. So that's kind of what I like. Let's see, there's more chat going on here. So let's see. There's there's other content creators here. So Ghost Lightning is talking about Mr. Spock, and we got Lion Roar. They're also in that guild. And so there's a lot of really good content out there. And so my style is I like to engage with the people live and help with the beginner stuff. There's a lot of information that people just kind of have a hard time getting, and then through the foundations, like I want to help people learn the basics, and from there it's then a lot easier to understand some of the high level sort of like technical information that people are talking about. So that's sort of my goal, just like help everybody who's interested in the game just get going and be able to have fun. Let's see, Thor, you gotta use a translator. Oh, sorry about that. I wish I could, I wish I could be more helpful in that regard, but thank you for joining me anyways. Thank you for participating. So let's keep going. I think let's see how I can do with this setup. I'm not sure this. I haven't played the Low 20 in the Moon Forest in a while. So let's just go through this and let's pay attention to the chat. So let's see, Neil, the game in this game, even rare heroes are hidden gems. There's some good ones. Yes, there are a lot of really good ones. There are some really good ones actually. I really, I'm really happy with a lot of them actually. And you'll see a lot of the top players also have a lot of their rare heroes maxed out to 6 stars. Yes, there are going to be legendary heroes that are going to be much better options, but for a lot of people, getting those rare heroes to 6 stars is going to make them super strong, and it's super useful. It is a completely viable strategy. I would go as far as to say, if you're not looking to compete at like the top tier, but you're just looking to be successful in doing raid bosses, doing rift fights, then having the key rare heroes is going to be sufficient. Some epic heroes are going to be really helpful, but it is absolutely not a requirement to have a team full of legendaries that's going to cost you lots and lots of money in order to do that. A lot of ways to enjoy the game, and I definitely think that there are a lot of different cards that allow you to do so. Let's see, Ghost Lightning, you got Esmeralda awakened to a level 4, max her passive skill. Yeah, so that's the other thing I need to do. Like the only problem with legendary cards is it is a lot harder to max skill, and I am working through all of my ascension right now so I can get her to 6 stars as well. She definitely is going to be very, very useful. She's one of the best support cards in my opinion, right? Like in terms of like what she does, right? Like not for the role that she plays, I think it's really good. And Alton, Finbor, Esmeralda, yeah, so those are definitely the cards that I am going through. And then the very next card I'm ascending is going to be Alton. I've got Finbor and Esmeralda also lined up here. I just need to get more of my 3 stars. Okay, so let's see. Good. We got our heal block in, and this is where Xena really shines. Like for me, anyways, because I like pairing her with Xena with Streetblock, and then we've got Esmeralda doing the additional bonus damage for her, like the critical damage. She deals so much damage. So we're able to take out 20 Moon Forest a little bit, not as fast as I would have liked, so 235, but now it's just a matter of trying to bring down the time. As let's see, there's actually a chat that I missed earlier. So even at Battle 20, Chloe can get killed, and he's usually the one that killed first on your team. Guinevere, Sophia, Premislav, Sophia, and Chloe. And both of your Sophias are fully awakened. Wow. Yeah. So Sophia's a really, really good card. She's like the next level of Ketra, in my opinion, right? Okay. So I think one thing I didn't do when I first started this particular stream, I wanted to talk about the setup, like the team that I did. And so let's talk a little bit. Let's go back now. Let's go back to sort of like, what I did to build the team I used when we went to do the Emeraldite. So the thing to think about when you are building up teams, artifacts is going to be something that is just as important. Okay. And in fact, in a lot of ways, what you use for your artifact is going to be more important, because your base stats will be just base stats. It is going to be your artifacts, your equipments, that's going to really make a difference. So you need to play to the strengths. Okay, and the way that you figure out like how do you put something to your card is you take a look at the skills. So Baldur, for example, deals damage, and the damage is based on HP, and he will remove 2 positive status from a single enemy, and that's a guarantee. Because it's a guarantee, you don't need to worry about accuracy. There's never any need to worry about any accuracy, so you don't need to worry about that whatsoever. Passive ability also restores health. So you know that health is going to be key here. So what you want to focus on is you want to focus on health as much as possible. And you don't need to worry about critical rate. You don't need to, I say you don't, but you kind of do, in that he is a damage dealer, but it's not going to be as important. And so you don't worry about accuracy at all, for sure. And so then if you take a look at the what I've put on him, I put on, HP bonus, and then I don't have any more gloves. I have attack HP bonus, so that's why I decided to put in a critical rate, just because he does deal damage based on health. And so I don't have any more health boost here, but I'm always looking for health as a substat, okay? And here you can see I'm looking for more health if I can help it, and then my focus is just health, right? And in this particular case, I was able to get better artifacts that didn't have any sets, like life set, and I got more health out of it. I sort of played around a little bit. And so for Baldur anyways, your mainly focus is going to be health, and if you can get some speed into him, that's great. Mana gain is a problem here because it's 22, and I mean, if you have like a perfect set of caster set, then you could probably do that, but you can see he doesn't get additional any more mana gain even at the highest level. And so for him, just health. Most of the time when you're upgrading support cards, that's where you're going to go for. You're going to go for health, survivability, some defense, and then you have to see then, is the support card going to heal you, in which case you don't need to worry about accuracy, or is it a support card that does need to land the skills in order to be effective? So Josefa is the opposite. So Josefa here, I have her accuracy all the way up to 116, and her health is another concern. She does have 24 mana gain, so I added 1 caster set to her so she can get up to 25. So you can see, but I don't have very good caster sets because you could only get that from Raid Boss. But in any case, take a look here. Again, primary focus is health, and then accuracy. I have one for defense because I don't have any health for my gloves. But you can see here, I also put in what is this? Cursed set for more accuracy, right? So that I like what I'm doing here is I'm boosting her accuracy and I'm boosting her health. She's the hero here where critical rate and critical damage does not matter because she doesn't do any damage whatsoever. Okay, so she's a 0 damage dealer, and so pumping in critical rate, pumping in critical damage, it's not going to do anything. So you need to really look at your support cards and figure out, is this support card going to do something to the enemy? If so, accuracy. Is the support card going to do something to yourself? If so, then you don't worry about it, okay? And so health is always going to be a really good one. So Santos is another example I'll show you. Santos actually heals based on his health. And so what you want to do is you want to get his health to be as high as humanly possible, based on the artifacts that you have, of course, right? So use what you have. You want him to survive, so you want to give him more defense, more health, but really more health the better. And for your substats, look for defense, look for resistance. He doesn't deal damage, so critical rate doesn't matter. critical damage doesn't matter, accuracy doesn't matter, right? So this is sort of the mindset you have to start thinking about when you're building up support heroes. They're a little bit different. You don't have to use all of the attacks. You don't have to use up the critical damage, and so that's kind of nice because all the artifacts you're using to put on your damage dealers, well, the leftovers happen to be the perfect ones for your support cards. And so these are some of the things to think about. You notice that I don't really have a lot of really good sets. Okay, sets are a bonus if you can, but more often than not, they become more restrictive in that they give you less overall stats if you try to follow it. And so just go with the best ones you have. And if you don't have like these 5-star, 6-star ones, well, you'll eventually get to it. So don't worry about that. You'll eventually get there. So let's do one more of these level 20, and then we'll go back to Emeraldite, and then we'll call it a night, because I was not expecting to go for so long because my throat was actually not in the best condition in the beginning of this, but we ended up getting into it. So let's see. So you're gonna try my team? Yeah, give it a shot and let me know what you think. And now, how's it going? Thank you for joining the stream here. Yeah, and hopefully you're enjoying the game if you're playing, and hope you guys are having fun. Just asking, is there a group in Facebook for this game that can add friends? I don't actually. I know that there's a Facebook page. I'm not sure if anybody has created a group for it though. But let's see. Did anybody join? Oh yeah, I see that you've joined my Discord chat. So welcome to the Discord. And like I said, take a look in the bot skill info, and then you'll see what I'm talking about. And feel free to apply to the guild as well if you like for my guild. It's ITT Log Horizon. Cookie Hunter, thank you for joining, and thanks for the subscription. Okay, so again, like this is a setup here where I have 2 mob killers, right? So Alton is one that will, and again, there's also a strategy to the ordering here. So Alton and Finbor both will take out the mob, but you want to place Alton beforehand because Alton also casts decreased defense. That means everybody will take more damage, and then so Alton will do that, do damage, sort of like have them lower health, and then you've got Finbor coming through, just wiping out everybody, and then you have Xena that is taking advantage of everything, right? So Xena is now getting additional she gets more attack with more positive status. Okay, she's got boosted critical damage, and so she gets her damage. If she gets her critical damage in, she's going to deal a lot of damage, especially since the boss also has decreased defense, right? So 26,000 right there. I think she could have done a little bit better, but really you can see that she is really the main primary damage dealer here. Although we might get into a little bit of trouble here. Finbor might die. Yeah, so she's gonna. So unfortunately, the heal block was taken away, and so we're gonna have to see if she's going to be able to deal more damage now. So like I really need Xena to pull through here. So again, we're gonna go through the cycle. We've got Alton and Finbor. So 30,000 from Xena there. Unfortunately, what's gonna happen here is we're going to get hit one more time. So I think Finbor's going to die, but we should be able to get Xena to attack after this, or maybe not. I guess we're just gonna have to hope that the totem's going to get rid of the negative status, but at least she's not going to heal fully. I think we can take her out at this point. I think we can take her out. So we're just gonna go through. There you go. This one took a bit longer, right? So we took a little bit longer, 3 minutes this time, but we ended up getting it, and we got 2 more large moon dust, so that's good. So we're able. So I have a team that can do the moon force at 20 now, but it's just they're all at mostly level 50, right? And so if I were to ascend them to level 60, Alton and Finbor, it definitely is going to be a little bit better. Okay, so I mentioned that I thought that Josefa might be a little bit better, but I kind of feel like maybe Baldur would work out better for us here. And we're going to keep Orgak as the leader because he's going to increase the speed for everybody. In this particular case, all of the other skills just don't really help as much. And so let's go ahead and see how we do here. So again, Baldur is the one that's going to just outright take out the positive status. And remember, like, you want him to have health, okay? And you do want him to be able to deal a little bit of damage, so that's why it matters. But his damage is based on health. Right, so the amount of damage that he can deal is based on the HP, and so if there's a skill that boosts HP, it'll actually make him deal more damage as well. This is the reason why my Alton is doing so well, because I boosted his health really high, so when he uses his skill, everybody gets a lot of damage. So let's see, so the team you tried does work. I posted on my Rift channel and my Discord server. Thanks. So I want to place Esmeralda before Streetblock since there's 10 max statuses per hero. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Because what you want is Esmeralda's skill for boosting the critical damage to be applied first, because Streetblock can add a lot of positive stats and can sometimes block it. Right, so Esmeralda, then Streetblock, and everybody else. Alright, so let's see here. So none of my units are actually activated right now, but we should be able to get Baldur there. So Baldur is going to actually activate. So Baldur is going to get rid of the invincible. Then we're going to heal. It's fine. But Ketrek doesn't quite have her skill yet, just because auto fight sometimes don't do the best about matching the things that can, you know, charge up the units here. But I think we're okay, because I don't expect the totems to activate the skills yet, right? We just need to see if I can deal enough damage to take out the boss in this turn. We're not. So now we're going to have to deal with the taunt, but this is also where having an area of effect damage dealer is going to come in handy, because they'll just attack everyone, right? So Orgak is going to be able to attack everybody, and we ended up taking the boss here. So I actually think Baldur is a little bit better than Josefa for this particular case, because you could just take it out immediately. It just gives you a higher chance of taking out the boss earlier. So that's kind of what I think. Anyways, I do need to get going. My throat, I can feel it now. I do need to go and rest my throat a little bit. So this is the setup I'm using. Okay, so this is the setup I'm using for Emeraldite. It's good for level battle 10 at least, and hopefully you can copy this similar setup and focus on what I mentioned. When you use your artifacts, build them the way I mentioned. Hopefully this will help you be more successful in Emeraldite if this is one that you're having a hard time with. And tomorrow, or when I can, we'll come back and we'll take a look at some of the other bosses and what heroes will work for them, and what teams can work out from the rear side of the things. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me, guys. This has been a blast. Always a good time. So thank you for the night, and have a good evening. I'll talk to you